Good morning. How are you this morning? How's your week going? Mine is improving in some respects, and in others it's, oh my goodness, it's a week of extremes. So I've had my tooth fixed, so that's okay. I'm getting used to it. But do you know, it's really minor in the big scheme of things. There's so much going on at the moment, isn't there? And I didn't know what to say when I came on this morning, but it didn't seem right to not be here. And I was drawn to a little passage that I remember from Corinthians, which is something always worth leaning back into. So I'm going to read you one verse from one of Paul's letters to the Corinthians. Then I'll explain to you why I'm drawn to it. That's in the first letter, and it's in chapter 15. And he's clearly writing to people who need some care and some reassurance and some encouragement. And he says this. Therefore, my beloved, be steadfast, immovable, always excelling in the work of the Lord, because you know that in the Lord your labour is not in vain. Be steadfast, immovable, always excelling in the work of the Lord. It's not in vain. And it's a really good reminder to me that actually we aren't required to do things on our own or in our own strength. We're constantly being reminded that actually the work is God's, but all we can do is be part of that work. And so when there's big stuff going on in the week, we must pray, we must go gently, and we must look for God in what is happening. And it's not our job to put God in there. He's there already. It's our job to see him and to point him out and to encourage others to see him. And I offer that as a word of encouragement to you. If you don't know how this might apply to you, then just hold it, and one day it will drop into place. And if you can see how it applies to you, then grab it with both hands and run with it. Because we just have to keep our eyes fixed on God. We have to pray, and we have to live in hope with faith and trust that God will do the rest, and he will. And it may not be exactly when we think it should be, or it may not look exactly how we've decided it will look, because that's just not how it works, is it? But I am confident that God is in everything, in all that is easy, all that is good, all that is difficult, and all that is unexplainable or tragic or just impossible to comprehend right now. And I know that if I continue to keep my eyes facing the sunshine, facing the light, facing Christ, then I'm doing my very best to do God's work, and that work will not be in vain. Does that apply? Does any of that work for you? Does any of that apply? It gets me through the busy weeks. It gets me through the complicated times, and it gets me through when things feel a bit tough, a bit treacly, a bit opaque, perhaps just unclear. Always remember that it's God's work, and we just have to be consistent and to work without worrying whether it's in vain or not, because it never is. So let's hope we have a drier day today. What am I doing? I've got a service. I'm having lunch with a parishioner. I'm going to write lift. I've got to write a sermon yet for Sunday. There's a couple of other little visits that I need to pay. But I'm sure that I shall see some of you and be in touch if you need me. And I hope your day goes well. I think that's it, don't you? That's enough, yeah. Have a good day. Lots of love and God bless. Bye-bye.